MC. Hey guys. Alright, we're gonna do some more Time Machine. Part 6 for us. We just leaving the Wind Campground in the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest. We just like that Wind Campground. And we got kind of a little two-parter here for you. This first little part, we're gonna get up past the West Baldy trailhead and the Sheep's Crossing trailhead, and then we'll switch it on over to the other side of this thing, the flip side, side B, which is going to be the Cedar Canyon outside of Sholo and heading into Carrizo. All right, so let's get back to this story. Now, when we left off, he had lost his time machine and he had freaked out. He was banging on trying to break stuff down, grabbing people by the neck and all these things, trying to make it all happen, and he couldn't make it happen. He couldn't figure out where it was, so he decided he was gonna just play it cool for a bit and see if he could convince somebody to show him where it was. So here we go. So far as I could see, all the world displayed the same exuberant richness as the Thames Valley. From every hill I climbed, I saw the same abundance of splendid buildings, endless, varied in material and style. The same clustering thickets of evergreen, the same blossom-laden trees and tree ferns. Here and there water shone like silver, and beyond, the land rose into blue, undulating hills, and so faded into the serenity of the sky. A particular feature which presently attracted my attention was the presence of a certain circular wells, several, as it seemed to me, of a very great depth. One lay by the path up the hill which I followed during my first walk. Like the others, it was rimmed with bronze, curiously wrought and protected by a little cupola from the rain. Sitting by the side of these wells and peering down into the shafted darkness, I could see no gleam of water, nor could I start any reflection with a lighted match. But in all of them I heard a certain sound, a thud, 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 like the beating of some big engine, and I discovered from the flaring of my matches that a steady current of air set down the shafts. Further, I threw a scrap of paper into the throat of one, and instead of fluttering slowly down, it was at once sucked swiftly out of sight. Oh, okay, so that's Sheep's Crossing trailhead right there, and you can access the river there, Sheep's Crossing. A couple of trailheads that go out of there. There's a multi-use trail where they used to have a railroad track or something, and it's pretty busy. Well, you know, it's just so damn pretty down in there. There's so many flowers, and they let you do the fishing right there on the little river, and yeah, it's a really, really nice spot. And then close to, you know, you're right around 9,000 feet, 9,500 feet or something. And, you know, compared to the Phoenix Valley, you're doing pretty good. So right on the left, right up here, will be the West Baldy trailhead. And you can jump on that one and hike up to the top of Baldy. I think it goes through the reservation, so there's a little bit of local knowledge you have to gain there as to what you can and cannot do there. Anyway, we're about to get to that second part of this thing, and it's just a really pretty little drive there when we go through that Cedar Canyon there. We'll take just a minute here and we'll take a look at the camp setup while we were at Wind. And here we are with big old Ronnie, and we got that clam shelter, scream room shelter there. We thought that'd be a good idea, and it is. It's real pleasurable to sit out there. The problem for us was when we went to take it down, there was a spider about the size of a small airplane, I guess. And, well, okay, it wasn't quite that large, but it was big enough that the wife did not want to deal with the clam again. so there you have it. The clam worked really good, but you know. All right, so this is Cedar Canyon, and we've done this one a couple of times, and it's just really pretty. At the bottom of this one, you got a 35-mile-an-hour turn, and then when we end this up, we'll be in Carrizo. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Somebody will correct me, I'm sure. There's another 35-mile-an-hour turn in there, and these two turns just cause havoc, because when somebody makes a mistake and there's a problem, it shuts the whole road down, and then there's just no way to get up here other than you gotta backtrack all the way around and get up through Payson. So yeah, all right, so let's get back to this story. So yeah, okay, yeah, he found these what appear to be air shafts. He thought they were wells, but they appear to be air shafts. So here we go. At once it was sucked swiftly out of sight. After a time, too, I came to connect these wells with tall towers standing here and there upon the slopes. For above them there was often just a flicker in the air as one sees on a hot day above a sun-scorched beach. Putting things together, I reached a strong suggestion of an extensive system of subterranean ventilation, whose true import it was difficult to imagine. I was first inclined to associate it with the sanitary apparatus of these people. It was an obvious conclusion, but it was absolutely wrong. And here, I must admit that I learned very little of drains and bells and modes of conveyance and the like conveniences during my time in this real future. In some of these visions of utopias and coming times which I have read, there's a vast amount of detail about building and social arrangements and so forth. But while such details are easy enough to obtain when the whole world is contained in one's imagination, they are altogether inaccessible to a real traveler amid such realities as I found here. Conceive the tale of London, which a Negro fresh from Central Africa would take back to his tribe. What would he know of railway companies, of social movements, of telephone and telegraph wires, of the parcels delivery company, and of postal orders and the like? Yet we, at least, should be willing enough to explain these things to him. And even of what he knew, how much could he make his untraveled friend either apprehend or believe? Then think how narrow the gap between a Negro and a white man of our own times, and how wide the interval between myself and these of the Golden Age. I was sensible of much which was unseen, and which contributed to my comfort. But save for a general impression of automatic organization, I fear I can convey very little of the difference to your mind. In the matter of sepulture, for instance, I could see no signs of crematoria nor anything suggestive of tombs. But it occurred to me that possibly there might be cemeteries or crematoria somewhere beyond the range of my explorings. This, again, was a question I deliberately put to myself, and my curiosity was at first entirely defeated upon the point. The thing puzzled me, and I was led to make a further remark, which puzzled me still more, that aged and infirm among these people were none. No old people. I'm telling you, they're food. All right, let's take a look and see where we are here. Oh, we still boogieing along. A nice summer day in Arizona. High country, as they like to say. We will get there eventually. Oh, we're trucking on in. All right. Let's see. Where are we with the story? Begin. Okay. No. Yeah, I always lose my place. We're no problem there. Oh, right. There are no old people, and everybody they're acting like just zombies, basically. I must confess that my satisfaction with my two theories of an automatic civilization and a decadent humanity did not long endure. Yet I could think of no other. Let me put my difficulties. The several big palaces I had explored were mere living places, great dining halls and sleeping apartments. I could find no machinery, no appliances of any kind, yet these people were clothed in pleasant fabrics that must at times need renewal, and their sandals, though undercurated, were fairly complex specimens of metalwork. Somehow such things must be made, and the little people displayed no vestige of a creative tendency. There were no shops, no workshops, no sign of importations among them. They spent all their time in playing gently, in bathing in the river, in making love in a half-playful fashion, in eating fruit and sleeping. I could not see how these things were kept going. Then again, about the time machine. Something, I knew not what, had taken it into the hollow pedestal of the white Sphinx. Why? For the life of me, I could not imagine. Those waterless wells, too, those flickering pillars. I felt I lacked a clue. How shall I put it? Suppose you found an inscription with sentences here and there in excellent plain English, and interpolated therewith others made up of words, of letters even, absolutely unknown to you. Well, on the third day of my visit, that was how the world of 802,701 presented itself to me. Wow, okay, let's cut it off right there. And geez, guys, thanks a lot for coming along again. It sure is a pretty little drive. I think the next one we might go through the Salt River Canyon again. But you know, you're here for the story. So let's just end it up right there. Sam C. Thanks, guys. See y'all.